Welcome everyone to Total War Therapy. And in one of my videos, someone commented that maybe you would appreciate to know what I think about the future plans of Creative Assembly about the next DLCs. And I'm so happy to share with you my thoughts. I always went on the forums of the community to check what people think about that, and then make my own mind. And that is not my dream scenario. I would like to say that if I have to picture a dream scenarios for me of a schedule of new DLCs, it would be quite different. This is more what I expect to happen, and not what I would like to happen. The next DLC after this, with Corn of Grey Kingdoms and Greenskins, will figuring Slanesh. We know this, of course. And thinking about who would be the perfect opponent of Slanesh, many people think that it can be a high health legendary lord. I don't think so. I think it would be a dark elf legendary lord. First, because the dark elf, I think this is the only option for them. I mean, with the Slanesh DLC to be again in the game, and they have not so many legendary characters and units still, so I really don't expect them. I mean, I'm expecting them just because the Creative Assembly is adding now the greenskins. Okay, before the greenskins before another DLC with the greenskins like it's happening now, I would never expect a Dark Elf DLC. But with this, I think that maybe it's a chance, it's a possibility, but I don't think we will get even high health, because it can be too much repetitive, redundant, just Slanesh against elves. What I think is that will be Slanesh, Dark Elves, and Vampire counts, for many reasons. First, because they just say many times, you don't worry, vampire counts, fans, we are arriving. Okay, we are planning. We already have in our plan what to do for you. So I expect Neferata to come as soon as possible, and I hope so, because vampire counts, they don't necessarily need a reward, but it would be very appreciated, because they are and actually with other potential in this moment uh, faction. And yes, I think it would be the best fit with the Slanesh, just to add more kind of variety. And if you see what happened with the last, maybe not Thrones of Decay, that was quite thematic, but with Shadows of Change, I mean, at the end we can expect everything from CA. But even Ogre Kingdoms, Greenskins, and Corn, I mean, what they have in common, they just destroy everything. There is not some kind of a competition or opposition, rivalry, no. So I think we can expect everything, and in this expecting everything, this is my expectation. Slanesh, Dark Elves, and Vampire Counts. Neferata, Tularis probably, and dechala, with a FLC Legendary Lords in the Mask of Slanesh, and that's it. Then I think they will just take a break from this pattern and model, and they will make Dogs of War. I didn't believe at the beginning that they could actually be added to the game, but I'm starting to think that it can be a very reasonable option. They would add probably a new race that could be Realm of Wind, or Dogs of War, as I say, and I think my bets are on Dogs of War. Personally, I would like that this DLC would come as a Bretonia 2.0. I know many of you would disagree, but Bretonia doesn't need one DLC, and I think Bretonia is the last kind of shape of this game, because it's the only faction that will probably never be addressed. But if they make up a new Bretonia with the Dogs of War, it would be insane. I mean, Bretonia could become from being the probably one of the less interest, probably the the least interesting faction in the game can be the most interesting. Okay, with the Britannia plus Dogs of War, it would be awesome. Awesome. I would love it personally. After that, I think they will go back to the three legendary lords model, and I will explain you why. Because now they will start to come up the big names, and I mean, as it's already now, and you cannot add Nagash and add with with a different models. I mean, think about buying the DLC Nagash. I mean, it would be a dream for many. Okay, so I think I would continue with this model for just 3 DLCs more. As I said, I'm not telling you my dream scenarios of 20 more DLC, but just my realistic idea of what will happen. The first one will be with the Monkey King, Norska, and the Leaderman. I just think about all the races of this game, and I think it's the most likable. They have to introduce the Monkey King now because they thought about him. I mean, I mean, quite a lot, and now we are hyped. There is the Wukong game that it's being quite successful, and I mean, I expect to see the Monkey King as soon as possible, as soon as they will finish this, order, Corn, Slanesh, and so on, and also War, and yes. So Monkey Kings against Norska, because I don't know, the first opponent to think of Monkey King is something Norska. It will be probably Side the Faithless, it can be whatever. I mean, we just want a Norska rework, and they say they're planning it, so cross the finger. And then Leaderman. This was a little okay. Was the race next that is missing some kind of reward? Leaderman. Okay, I'm not that interested about what would come with Leaderman because I mean they're actually missing just a couple of big monsters, and if there are some big monsters that can be added to the game, probably Creative Assembly will not miss this chance. So this is my expectation for the first DLC after Dogs of War. Then we would get Yin Yin, Nagash, no, sorry, Yin Yin, um, Tranquil, and I Helps. This, I think, I mean, if I think about Yin Yin, I cannot not associate her with the Tranquil and the High Hells in general. High Hells we can have, as I say, whatever legendary lord is not that important for me. There are some valuable option I like, and High Hells deserve and actually a DLC because they have some units that can actually be added. There is quite a water monster. There are the flying chariots with eagles that are not eagles. You know everything, and I really think they deserve another DLC because they are an amazing race. They just need that little more, and they will be perfect. And maybe even a little rework of their mechanics. Then Scaven with Tranquil. That it would be cool. We all know that Scaven are coming, even if there are already 3 DLC of them. I think so. Yes, but I mean everyone likes them. I mean I don't like to fight against them. Okay, when I have the chance to skip a fight with them, I always do it because I don't like. But I like to play with them. They are so annoying, they're so funny, they're so varied, and with another DLC, they are already probably the best race in the game, and they will be even better. And then Yin Yin that will introduce the last Cathayan units. If Monkey Kings will add more infantry, as they say, if you remember, when they say monkeying around in the post of After Shadows of Change. And yeah, Yin Yin will add just the last big monsters, probably the Tiger Man, and I mean we have a good expectation for her. And yes, after that, I expect the third and last DLC, that will be Empire against Zinch against Nagash. This will be for me the final effort of the Empire. when we'll be actually at the time of Thrones of Decay, before Thrones of Decay, I didn't expect another Empire DLC, but there are so many missing things, units, characters that I really think they can still make something for the Empire, and they wanted to make it at the end, so they will add maybe sorry, Boris Todbringer, or maybe someone else, but it would be cool anyway. Hagrid, that is a character they announced just recently, but we know that he was supposed to come at some point. And Nagash, finally, the big, I mean, not the villain probably, but yeah, one of the biggest character here, one of the most loved and the most weighted. And I think there would be no better way to end this game with Nagash. So yeah, you can expect some missing things here, and yeah, I understand. Honestly, I think that both Korn and Slanesh they will not get another uh, another legendary pack, okay? And but Nargol maybe it will get it. Probably it will. In this case, you can just replace, for example, Leaderman with Nargol, or maybe they will do another DLC, but I don't have this big expectation honestly. And if they are taking 6 months to make each DLC, already right now we are talking about 3 years more. So I don't expect more than 3 years, like 5 years still playing Warhammer 3. I mean, I think they want to move on, and I'm sorry about that, but maybe it's for our sake at the end. And another missing big missing it's Kislev, and I didn't put Kislev because they just say in many rumors that Creative Assembly and Game Workshop they don't want to create nothing related to a war in that part of the world that there happening a lot of bad stuff, and they just don't want to be associated with that. It's respectful. Kislev is definitely one of my favorite factions, so I really hope they can make something at the end. But even when they say in the last what's next that they will just do a rework, interim rework of Kislev, yeah, I really think that we should not expect another Kislev DLC. Sorry to say that, and with that, I can tell you to subscribe if you enjoy this content, and that we will see very soon.